Can you throw some of them over here? All right, we're ready.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Towanda Junior Senior High School and the Flynn Energy live stream of Towanda Athletics and Towanda Lady Knights basketball. I am Paul Lanson. Tonight, I am alongside my broadcast partner, Kevin Clark.
Hey, good to be back, Paul.
Yeah, a little hiatus on us there, off watching the boy play some basketball.
Yep.
And Dean Johnson filled in quite nicely.
Dean did a good job.
Yeah. So tonight, Kevin, we have the battle of the NTL unbeatens. The Troy Lady Trojans enter tonight undefeated at 6-0 in league play, while Towanda comes in at 7-0 in the NTL. Overall, the Trojans are 8-2, falling to only Shamokin and Jersey Shore. And then the Black Knights come in at 7-2 overall, and then they've dropped games to a couple tough opponents as well, Loyalsock and Waverly. So, Kevin, Troy is led by – I lost my paper.
Good start. No, Troy's led by Sterling. First name, I'm struggling for names already here.
Gotcha. Kaylin Sterling.
Sterling at 11 points per game.
Sophomore for him.
Yeah, she looks good, 11 points per game, and got to keep her out of the paint, I believe.
And then for the Lady Knights, of course, they are led by senior Paige Manchester and freshman Bryn Woodruff, who is really burst on the scene, and she's averaging 11 points a game for us.
Yeah, Bryn Woodruff has been huge for us. Freshman stepping up, needed to. We talk about this all the time with the loss of Portia Bennett. Paige Manchester, you're going to get the same thing every game. You're going to get a lot of hustle. She's averaging 17.1 points per game and 10 rebounds a game. She has five double-doubles this year, which leads the league by 2 or 3 double-doubles.
Yeah, that's awesome. So both teams have faced 5 common opponents. Both have played Sayre, Canton, Williamson, Wellsboro, and Athens. So, Kevin, as anybody that sits and does this stuff, you look at the data and the analytics and stats, and you really try to find things that stand out to see who has the edge.
Right.
And really, the only game that sticks out is the Canton game, where the Lady Trojans won by 2, and the Lady Knights defeated Canton by 17. Other than that, every game has almost exactly the same point spread in the margin of victory.
Yeah, as I look at both teams on paper, I noticed that Troy is very well spread out as far as their points go. You have Lackey, who's a junior, with 7.8 points a game. Sterling, 11 points a game. Kingsley, 7.2 points a game. And then you have Parks, 8 points a game. So they spread it around real well, as opposed to Towanda, who has 2 basic shooters on the team, basic scorers on the team, one being Paige Manchester and the other being Bryn Woodruff, which means to me, looking at it on paper, Towanda has to have a couple players step up, Paul, and have a heck of a game.
Certainly do. So, and I kind of attribute part of that, too, with Canton and Troy being a rivalry game. That's not just a football rivalry.
Yeah.
That's an every sport rivalry.
Yeah, and like any rivalry, you know what I mean? You never know what's going to happen. I mean, one team could be far better than the other team, but the bottom line is that when you get a rivalry game, you better play your heart out because they're coming after you.
Yep. So we don't have a sports book here for high school. We don't have no line. But the home court for the Lady Knights, we're 3-time defending NTL champions and experience.
Yep.
So, you add those things up, and that should give the Lady Knights a little slight advantage. Being on our home court is huge.
It should, Paul, but the one thing being is if Troy exploits Paige Manchester and double and triple teams her, which is part of Coach Gentile's what he's concerned about, if they double and triple team Paige, Towanda could have some trouble. Like I said, somebody's going to have to step up if that happens.
Right, and then that's pretty much every team's challenge, too, is finding somebody that can stay with Paige Manchester, because that's the hardest part. She's pretty exceptional, and it's tough to get somebody that can play defense on her. And
that's why you see a lot of teams go zone on Towanda, because she's just so hard to stop. You know what I mean? They go through the first 2 layers of defense and be at the basket in no time. She's just a heck of a player.
Right. So the keys to the game that are sponsored by Flynn Energy for Coach Curtis Miller and the Trojans was really limiting turnovers. And that's against Towanda's constantly changing defense.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing we saw. You'll see a 1-2-2 in the half court. You see a 1-3-1. You see full court, diamond and 1. You'll see man. So you see a little bit of everything out of Towanda. Rebounding everything is one of these things. It's just no second shots. We can't give Towanda extra shots.
Right.
Being aggressive on defense, and that's really trying to make our ball handlers uncomfortable, and I think getting the ball out of Paige Manchester's hands and then pushing the ball in transition. So for, Coach Gentile and the Lady Knights, Troy's just a good team. They're athletic. He said they're really long and they have good athletes, and they've worked really hard in the offseason to be well-rounded.
Yeah, they have a real good program. Like I said, the top 4 players on their team average no less than seven points per game, as we have Paige Manchester, as I said, at 17.1, and Bren Woodruff at 11 points per game. After that, it's quite a fall down to 5.4 points for Eliza Fowler. So I can't harp on it enough. Somebody's going to have to step up for Towanda today, other than Paige Manchester and Bren Woodruff.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be back right after the national anthem with our starting lineups here on the Flynn Energy live stream of Towanda Lady Night.
Coaches and spectators, we request your cooperation by supporting participants and officials in a positive manner. Fans are expected to abide by all school policies, including the school dress code. Profanity, racial or sexist comments, or other inappropriate actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, team representatives, or other spectators will not be tolerated on grounds for dismissal from this site of competition. Violations of the NTL Code of Conduct may result in suspension from other NTL contests. We appreciate your cooperation and interest in our athletic programs and our student athletes. The game manager for this event is Mr. Bob Horton. A reminder, there's no smoking permitted anywhere on the Towanda School District campus. Also, spectators are not permitted on the floor before, during, or after the game. Be loud, be proud, be positive. Thank you for supporting our athletes. Please enjoy the game. At this time, we ask you please stand, remove your hats as we honor our great nation and community with the playing of our national anthem. Following the anthem, please remain standing for the Towanda alma mater. Now introducing and visiting the Lady Trojans. The Lady Trojans are coached by...
All right, welcome back. For the Troy Lady Trojans under Coach Curtis Miller and assisted by Abby Herman, we have number 5, junior Katie Lackey, number 11, sophomore Kaylin Sterling, number 13, senior Rachel Kinsley, number 21, senior McKenna Matthews, and number 22, sophomore Alyssa Parks. Kevin, how about the Black Knights?
Yeah, for Lady Knights, we have number 2, Paige Manchester, a senior. Number 14, Eliza Fowler, a senior. Number 20, Bren Woodruff, a young freshman. Number 22, Bella Hurley, 12th grader. And number 45, Gracie Schoonover, a senior as well.
So, Kevin, we talked too about
Got to turn it up in here, Paul.
Yeah. We have a packed house here tonight.
Wow.
And, Coach Gentile really said, Troy complimented Troy that they're a solid defensive team. And we need to get rid of those turnovers that we've had lately. It's been pretty, just some silly turnovers, he called them, that really have plagued us. And we got to get off to a better start.
Yeah, we also got to keep them out of the paint. That's the main thing with Troy is they got some length, and Coach Gentile says he wants to work on keeping them out of the paint in this game.
Yeah. All right, we're going to have the opening tip here in a second. So offensively, Coach Gentile said Troy is very patient and disciplined, and they move the ball really well, and they just we have to try to speed them up in spots and make them do things that they don't like.
Yeah, and for Tawanda, we got to have that third scorer, and I'm looking to see a big game out of Gracie Schoonover. Been averaging only 3 points a game, but 7.5 rebounds a game. She's been huge at the foul line. It's been a big place for her to hang out and distribute the ball from there. If there's nothing there, she can pump fake, go to the basket. She can take that shot at the foul line. She's a good player. She's just coming off an injury, and look to see better things out of her in the next few games too as well, Paul.
All right, Paige Manchester in the circle for the Lady Knights. Katie Lackey in there, number 5 for the Lady Trojans, and the Knights control the tip. And away we go, Kevin.
Hey,
get your popcorn, buddy.
I'm ready.
I think we ate all of our popcorn.
We ate it all already. But
down inside to Manchester. She squares, drives, right-hand layup, up and good.
Good take. Yeah. You always got tall people sitting in front. I'm so short.
Number 22, Alyssa Parks, brings the ball up for the Lady Trojans. Nice little head fake there. She's going to drive and take the first shot for the Lady Trojans, and Schoonover comes down with that rebound. 2-0 for the Lady Knights here early. Manchester looks for the call from Coach Gentile, and we set our offense.
You see Troy are they in a 2-3?
Hurley going to buries a 3.
Good start.
Bella Hurley, 3 for the Lady Knights.
She can be that one to step up, Paul. That'd be great.
We've been waiting for it all year, Kevin.
Yep.
It's she's just had some struggles from
turnover
outside the arc. Yeah, turnover, and I think Woodruff came up with that.
Yep. Scrappy young freshman.
Looks like Trojans are in man.
We switch out the man.
Ball around the top of the point to Woodruff.
I'd really like to see her with the ball up there.
I'm going to get a 5-second.
Yeah, I'm not a fan with seeing a forward with the ball that high up on top of the key.
Yeah, somebody's got to just come get the ball.
Come get the ball. Yeah,
and we're going to get a quick timeout here by the Lady Trojans.
Probably a good idea. Up 5-0.
Coach Curtis Miller. That'll be a 30-second timeout. So, good start there. Bella Hurley knocking that 3 down was huge.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Coach Gentile was looking for to start out the game. Looking to start out hot. We talked to him just before the game and told him, hopefully we start out a little hotter than we have been, and that's exactly what's happened.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, obviously we just started, but, we got to dominate the paint too. We have 2 6-footers out there. They have some big girls as well, but, we have to control that paint.
Right.
Really, both of us want the same things in that case. We got to control the inside.
Yeah, both ways.
Parks around to Matthews.
Troy being very patient.
Lady Knights in that 1-3-1. Long. Woodruff with that rebound. Kicks it to Manchester, and she looks up court. Thinks better of it, brings it back out, looks to Schoonover. All the way around to Fowler. Oh, we got a little elbow.
It's going to be on
Paige. That's going to be on
Paige Manchester trying to work through that screen.
That was an interesting call.
Yeah, I saw her laying on the floor. I don't know what happened.
I thought she was the one that got fouled, but we were incorrect. So Parks again brings it up for the Lady Trojans. Again, Tawana in that 1-3-1. Pass a little high to Lackey. Matthews down inside of Kingsley. All the way around. And Manchester's going to pick up her second foul already.
Yeah, that's not a good start.
So that'll be the second foul on her, team second as well.
Interesting to see what Coach Gentile does here.
Yeah, I think
not very far into the game. We're a couple minutes in the game, and she's already in foul trouble.
Yeah, 5:46 left, so we're 2.5 minutes in, and we've.
She's taking a risk here, keeping her in, Paul. But she's your workhorse.
Yeah.
Made them both.
Yep. That is number 11, Kaylin Sterling, and that is her first 2 points. 5-2 for the Lady Knights. Manchester in control here at the top, guarded by Sterling.
Turnover.
I don't know why Gracie didn't grab that.
I'm not sure. I think she thought it was going the other way.
I think she thought it was tipped.
We're at 100 viewers.
Told you. We broke our record, Paul. We're at 100 viewers, so don't make any mistakes today.
Matthews on the far wing, guarded by Fowler.
Nice pass.
Pass downside, blocked by Schoonover.
Woodruff with a good hustle. Knock it out of the way.
That one's going to stay here with the Lady Trojans.
Knock it out of Kingsley's hands.
Parks around the top, resets it for the Lady Trojans. Nearing 5 minutes here in the first quarter. Feeds inside to Lackey. She knocks down the 15-foot jumper, and it is 5-4, Lady Knights.
Troy is so smooth with the basketball. Make good crisp passes and make good shots. Good take.
Manchester pull up, little mid-range jumper, and that is good. Lady Knights 7, Lady Trojans 4 here in the battle of the unbeatens. It's been a while for the Lady Trojans to be in this situation.
Yeah.
Matthews fires a little bit long there on the air ball.
Woodruff for the board.
Woodruff cleans it up, and Manchester brings it up for the Lady Knights. Working around, trying to feed down inside to Woodruff. They got her. Nice little jump. Hook. Ooh. And we're going to get the call. Mr. Tim May. See who that follows on. Looked like number 5, I believe. And it is number 5, Katie Lackey. Her first foul. Team first foul.
I feel like I'm at a Phillies World Series game right now. I got to stand up and see anything.
Well, hopefully that's something that we keep getting used to.
Yeah. First one in for Woodruff. Her first point.
Aziza Ismailova going to check in here for the Lady Knights if we get a stoppage, and we do not. Manchester's got to be careful. That was really close.
And a lot of control.
Yep. Fowler comes up with that steal as Sterling couldn't quite handle it.
Got Hurley wide open. Take the three.
For three. Oh, that was a good one. That was a good shot. I'll take that shot, Kev.
Yeah, Manchester needs to stay away to that rebound there. She could have picked up a quick foul. Got to be a little less aggressive on defensive end.
Parks drives down the middle of the lane. The little teardrop runner in the middle.
That's
8-6.
That's Alyssa Parks' first points of the game. We got a good one here, Paul.
Yeah.
Both coaches are very animated down there.
Manchester has the ball knocked away there by Sterling. And Ismailova will now check in for Fowler.
You know, this defense is one of the few defenses, Troy, that look as good as Tawana's defense out there. They have a pretty darn good defense.
Yeah. Well, we said on paper, everything looked as close as it can be.
Yeah, I'd hate to be the person trying to figure out the spread here on this one.
Yeah. We were just going with the home field advantage.
Yeah, that's about all you can do.
Home
court advantage, yeah.
Hurley in control at the top. Looking down inside to Schoonover.
I don't think this is an offense we've seen much of, to be honest with you, Paul. Usually you have a
Woodruff for three from downtown. Bryn Woodruff buries the three ball.
Oh.
Who was that?
Lackey.
Lackey, that was for
3.
3 as well. I think they only gave her a 2.
They only gave her 2 for that?
They did give her a 2.
Huh.
11-8, Lady Knights. That was a great answer, though, for the Lady Trojans.
Yes. It looked like a 3.
Hurley down inside to Manchester. They double down. Schoonover at the elbow.
Somebody's
kicks
open.
it out.
Right there it is.
Woodruff now going to fire it up, and that one's off the mark. And Manchester couldn't quite make the save. So, yeah, unless they come back and change that one, Kevin, that was
I'd like to see an
2.
instant replay of that one. It looked like a 3, but like I said, I'm way up here.
Parks brings it all the way around the Lackey. Back to Parks at the top of the key. Feeds it inside.
Oh, nice
Woodruff.
block by Woodruff.
That is ball is rejected. Kingsley was trying to put that one in for Lady Knights. Manchester.
Oh, that's going to be an offensive. It was a screen.
It's offensive.
Yeah,
And I
that
think
was
that's on Woodruff, right?
It was a screen on Woodruff that I don't think she was quite set, so that's going to be her first foul on the fair.
Team third as well. And, yeah, that was probably a good call.
Yeah.
Like the intensity. Like there's the energy in the
Yeah,
building
I
tonight.
tell you, it's different. It's a different type of energy we've heard all year long. Nice pass.
Great pass. And Schoonover with the rejection. Manchester looks to push. And slowly pulls it out. And they're looking to feed Manchester down inside again. Right there. She's open. Got to give it to her.
Yep, go up with it.
Nice little put up.
It's kind of
Page Manchester for the Lady Knights, 13-8. Tawana now in a 2-3. Again, the ever-changing defenses that Coach Gentile throws at you.
Well, this looks like that they want to get the ball down underneath. It really
Yeah,
looks like they're trying to force it underneath.
Yeah, we're definitely going to need to be in that 2-3 or something to keep them.
Agreed.
So that is Schoonover with that rebound, and I can't tell. I think number 13 is going to pick that foul up.
Yeah, yep. It's Rachel Kingsley.
Yep. So Kingsley picks up her first foul, team second. Some light ball pressure up top here on Manchester. They're just going to kind of walk her up with it.
Just try to tire her out early, you know. Oh.
Fowler had checked back into the game here and then took a pretty hard hit. Ooh. Manchester missed that little mid-range jumper.
Rebound Lackey.
Yeah, Kingsley drives up and in. 13-10 now, Lady Knights lead with under a minute here in the first. Lady Trojans again are in man defense.
See, now we're going back to our regular offense.
Sterling's the one that's kind of given the charge to guard Manchester. So far,
but she's doing a pretty good job.
So far so good.
She's going to need help, though. That's for sure. Shoot that.
Schoonover going to pop a three. And that one's just a little bit long. And Manchester, I think, knocked that one out of bounds. Yep. And that will belong to the Lady Trojans with 23.8 seconds. And Bella Hurley's going to check back in for Manchester.
For Manchester, which is probably a good move with 23 seconds left with 2 fouls.
That's smart. Don't pick up anything silly here at the end of the quarter.
She's definitely more valuable on the court than off.
Roll the ball up so we could save a couple seconds on the clock. Sterling down, it's going to be a travel on number 22, Alyssa Parks.
But honestly, with 20-some seconds left, what do we, why you roll it out anyway? Because you're really just trying to play it for the last shot anyway, but hey.
I think they were thinking it was a little more in a time crunch.
Yeah.
So Manchester will inbound, Schoonover inbounds to Manchester, and she'll bring it up court. Again, guarded by Sterling.
Sterling, if Manchester takes Sterling down to the post, I think she'd be all right.
Early going to try to. Oh, she got hammered. And they did not call that one.
And like I was saying, Paul, I think if Paige Manchester takes Sterling in the paint, she'd beat her every time. So I think you could expect to see that here in the next period, is her going to the post. With the start of the second period, we're going to be at 13-10, Towanda lead. Lady Knights coming out strong, give up a few points here at the end of the period, but overall, it's a great first period for both teams.
Yeah, I think we got what we hoped for. You know, we got a 13-10 ball game. Both teams with some intensity up the court. Both teams are solid defensively as well.
Yeah.
Not a bad offensive productive quarter either. So
that was a good period.
Yeah, overall, I really liked what I saw out of both.
I mean, we're actually able to call a game. I mean, the last few games that we've done together, Paul, have been really slow starts and not a lot to talk about. This game, plenty to talk about.
Yeah.
Two well-coached teams.
Yes, absolutely. And again, it's been a while since the Lady Trojans have been in this situation. So
you know, and it's nice to see.
Yeah.
It's nice to see them have a good team. Always had a good softball team, I remember.
I believe the last time they had a good basketball team was when Coach Gentile was coaching them, and that's been a few years.
Rebound for Woodruff.
So that's number 22, Alyssa Parks, firing up that three, and that was a miss. 13-10. Early in the second. Early around to Fowler. Fowler for three, off the mark. And number 5 was the one. Lackey came down with that rebound. Nice hustle by Fowler, getting back to tip that away. Matthews for three. That ball is off. Rebounded by Woodruff.
Woodruff didn't even have to jump for the rebound.
Not that one. It came right to him. Just kind of caromed off the rim.
It's 4 points and 4 rebounds for her on the night.
Athena Chacona in the game here for the Lady Knights for the first time. Fowler, nice little fake. Manchester scoops that up. Drives all the way down across baseline. She's going to pull up for a three, and that is long. Rebounded by Kingsley.
Has Troy even subbed yet? I don't think they've even subbed anybody in yet, have they?
I think one.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Rebound Sterling.
Sterling with that, that last rebound. Matthews thinks about it.
So what, that zone's going to open up the outside shot.
The game for Troy is definitely an inside game.
Yeah.
Mid-range jumper for Matthews, no good. Manchester pulls down that board. Fowler looking inside. Oh, Hurley got caught up on that screen. That's who she looked like she was going to come clean off that, and then she just got hung up. And that turnover will go over to Troy.
There's a sub for Troy. So they bring in number 3, Ella Van Noy, 10th grader.
Parks brings it up again near side for the Lady Trojans. Feeds it
wide open.
That's number 3, Ella Van Noy. That is long. Rebound Woodruff, and Manchester looks to push. Hurley kind of struggled to get a handle on that one, and then we bring it back out and reset. Again, looking down inside to Woodruff. I like to see them feeding that ball.
She's got position. You got to give her the ball. Give it to her. I'd like to see Paige take her man down there. Yeah, right there we go.
That's where she's been
take her
going.
to the post. Right there, yep.
They're definitely dropping off and doubling down with.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Not,
there she is.
They're not playing.
That's going to open somebody up here if they double it up. Somebody's open. There it is.
Woodruff cannot hold on to that one. No. And we got a jump ball, and that'll stay here with the Lady Knights.
Yeah, each time they double her, she's got to find the open man. Listen, there's 5 people on each team.
Yeah.
When you're doubled, that means somebody's open somewhere.
Yep. Yeah, and that's just moving to open spots, too.
Yeah.
Whoever's left on the floor, you got to be moving and calling for that ball. Fowler looks inside at Manchester, and again, she is doubled.
She's getting doubled. That's going to be tough to get scored on there.
Kingsley and Sterling.
It's a good adjustment by coach.
Yeah. Well, you know, Chacona's at the 10-foot line. Nobody's going to guard anybody out there, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, just get the ball out of her hands and let her get out.
Got to be a
That's
threat.
Long. That's a long throw. Manchester.
Long from downtown. Paige, Manchester. Lady Knights now with a 6-point lead. Nice little pull-up jumper by Sterling. That rebound is gathered up by Vanoy. Back to Sterling again. And that one's a little long. And I think Vanoy makes the save but gets it to Manchester. Lady Knights now in transition. Fowler looks to her three. That ball is up. We're going to bank, and it is open. Banks open. Eliza Fowler. 3 ball from downtown, and that's going to be 19-10. 20-10, Lady Knights.
You know,
and
if you're the opposing coach there, Paul. You hate to see it go off the glass like that because that's just kind of thrown up. You know, I'm sure it wasn't planned, but, you know, nonetheless, it went in. 19-10 score, second period.
Yeah, 19-10. We're going to take a 30-second break, Kevin, and
we'll be back in 30. Welcome back.
Welcome back again. 19-10, Lady Knights with the lead. A couple of three balls, one from Manchester from downtown, and then one from Eliza Fowler, little bank shot. I think I heard her call it.
Yeah, well, that's great. Ismailova in for Fowler.
Trojans looking to
Troy's
pound that ball down inside to Kingsley, too, and has not been able to get anything done. Gracie and Woodruff have done a nice job in the 2-3 against that.
Really kind of double teaming her whenever she gets too close to the basket. Can you hear me?
I don't hear you very good. Better bring your mic in.
How about?
There you go.
How about now?
I hear you now.
There we are. Holy cow.
It's like the Verizon commercial. I can hear you now. Manchester walks it up looking for direction from Coach Gentile. Kicks to Schoonover, looks down inside. Ismailova looks inside to Woodruff. Nothing there. Gracie going to take the 15-footer.
Gets her own.
Gets her own rebound. Manchester up, and she's going to be fouled. And that looks like that should be on Sterling, I believe. Nope, that is on number 14, Kendall Allen. Her first team third. Nobody really, Paige is in foul trouble, so to speak. The longer we go in this period, the better that looks as well.
Yeah, and you probably expect her to come out with a minute or under to go so that we don't make any dumb fouls.
Manchester makes the first and now misses the second, but almost comes up with her own rebound. 10-point lead now for the Lady Knights. 3:33. I guess play the three, Kevin.
Yeah.
Play the three.
Play the three.
3:33 left in the second.
10 points for Paige Manchester.
Yeah, she has half of our points so far, but you know what? We're getting some contributions, which I like.
Yeah, I love to see that. We talked about that.
Yep, nice double down there and trap by Woodruff and Schoonover. And that ball bounces out of bounds off Hurley.
It honestly looks like 2-3 is the way to go against Troy.
Yeah, I think so,
Just cram it in, you know. I see too many outside shots.
Yeah, make them be shooters. Schoonover almost gets the block there, but kind of whiffed, and that ball
Kingsley with a miss.
Yeah, Kingsley's miss, and I think that ball went off of Vanoy when it went out of bounds.
Yeah. Vanoy looks like a scrappy little player.
Yeah. Got to be a relation to Ryan.
Got to be.
Bella Hurley for three, and that one's long off the middle of the backboard.
Kendall Allen with a board.
Could have picked up a one on that one, Kevin. She was straight up, but you never know when that whistle could blow in that situation.
I thought there might have been something there, but
good no call.
Yeah,
good no call.
Good no call.
Even if it wasn't, it is.
It is now. We have the ball.
Man, Woodruff was not really strong with that pass. Vanoy with the layup miss, and that ball is going to come to the Lady Knights. It goes off out of bounds off Rachel Kingsley.
You know, that really hurts, Paul. Down 20-10. They really needed that bucket.
Yeah, they did.
As you see her come off the court, she's upset.
Very
with herself.
frustrated.
Yeah, it was a wide open layup.
That pass was just kind of weak from Woodruff over on to Ismailova. But they did a nice job getting back and at least pressuring that layup a little bit.
Looking for Manchester underneath.
And she's doubled.
Yeah.
Now
they're going to double her here.
She's going to drive, kick it out to Ismailova. Ismailova for a three, and that ball's just a little short. Gathered up by Matthews.
They need that
Parks
bucket.
for three. That ball is long as well. I don't know if Troy's necessarily just a three-point bombing team.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be the issue with them. Like if we play that zone, it's going to open up the outside, but they got to make the shots.
Lady Trojans now in two. Well, I guess they're still in a man, but they're just really sagging off the post player.
Slow it up.
That was Manchester's miss there. Lady Knights with a 10-point lead.
What was that girl doing?
Sterling just kind of drives wildly down in the middle and nothing there. Manchester, nice little pullback. Resets and she double dribbled.
Yep.
She went to give it to Hurley and then dropped it and picked it and kept dribbling. Just a quick mental mistake right there. But overcome, move on to the next play.
Ooh, piece.
Parks trying to shoot that three, and that ball is rejected by Manchester, and she comes away with a steal. Gracie Schoonover fires up a three, and the bank is still open.
They give her 3 for that?
Nope, that was a long two. Her toe must have been on the line, Kevin.
Yeah.
Long two by Schoonover. Lady Knights with a minute left to go here in the first half, lead 22-10.
You know, Troy's got to go rated Paige Manchester. They got to get her in foul trouble. It's the only shot they have at this point, down 22-10.
That ball, Sterling up for three, no good. Tipped around, and
blocked.
Allen comes up, and then Hurley comes away with that one. Manchester now with 35 seconds to go here in the first.
Ooh, I don't think push
boy.
off.
I don't know if she pushed or if she just bailed that fast.
Yeah, I don't know if she buckled her knees or what. Oh, good reach.
Ball tipped away from Ismailova.
Okay.
Looking to Manchester right inside near the foul line. Mid-range,
Wow.
up and good.
Having a good game.
Paige Manchester now I think has 14 or 12.
12 points.
24-10. Lady Knights 10 seconds to go here in the half.
Nice
That ball
pass.
kicked over to number 13, Rachel Kingsley, and that's up and in for the Lady Trojans.
Good pass.
Just enough time for one last
Ooh,
shot.
that had a
And that'll
chance.
carry them off the backboard. Everybody was oohing on that one because it looked good.
Thought it had a chance.
Yeah. So Lady Knights will take a 12-point lead into the locker room. And we will take a break with them as well, Kevin, and we'll come back at about the 3-minute mark and give you some stats. Here
this special group of young ladies. Most of them do it for free. It is people like you that allow high school programs achieve sustained success at the high school level. At this time, would all 7th and 8th grade players and coaches please stand to be recognized? Our junior high teams just completed a very successful season. Our A team finished with an overall league record of 12-3, and our B team finished 7-5. Thank you to first-year coaches Brandon Dinelli, Guy Kapachak, and Mike Dickerson. All three have put in a lot of time and effort into providing a positive learning experience for all. Please give them all one more round of applause. Thank you. At this time, would all 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th grade players and coaches please stand and be recognized? These young ladies have just completed a 2-month-long intramural season to work on skills and basic concepts of the game of basketball, and now will compete in a league travel season that begins this coming week. Thank you to our coaches, 5th and 6th grade, Pete Aquilio and Dan Cook. 3rd and 4th grade, T. Thompson, Lancer Stevens, and Guy Kapachak. A special thank you is to go out to Mr. Pete Aquilio and T. Thompson for their dedication, commitment, and numerous years of service to Towanda Youth Basketball programs, both boys and girls. Ladies and gentlemen, without people like that, none of this is possible. One more time, let's give it up for our junior high and our elementary grade basketball team. Thank you.
You're on.
All right, welcome back to the Flint Energy live stream of Towanda Lady Knights basketball. Kevin, interesting and entertaining first half. I just finished my second bag of popcorn. That's how entertaining it's been.
Yeah, I'm so excited over here and so antsy and ready to start the second half that I didn't do anything other than go to the bathroom real quick. I'm ready to go. You know, looks like go over some stats, I guess. Paige Manchester on the night, 12 points, 2 rebounds. Eliza Fowler, 3 points. Bren Woodruff, 4 points and 5 rebounds. Bella Hurley with the 3 and a rebound. Gracie Schooner with 2 points and 3 rebounds. For your Troy Lady Trojans, Katie Lackey has 4 points, 3 rebounds. Kaylee Sterling has 2 points. Rachel Kingsley has 4 points. Kendall Allen has 2 rebounds. Alyssa Parks has 2 points and a rip.
There you go. So the Lady Knights lead by 12. Kevin, I think, some of those things we talked about early, but, one was Paige Manchester, and seeing if they had somebody to match up with her. They didn't do a bad job on her. But Paige is just tough to stop.
Right.
If you can still put up 12 points and a half, that's a pretty good half.
Sure is, and really, they guarded her well. I guess who was on her there? Number 11, Kaylin Sterling was guarding her.
Yeah.
And the thing that Paige really did is she exploited her height by taking her underneath. But at the same time, when she went underneath, Troy was doubling. So she really didn't get a whole lot after they made that change. So
yeah, and we got some points from some other players too. That we talked about that. We got a couple big threes from Hurley and Fowler,
Yep.
and then Woodruff threw one in as well. So a little bit more balanced attack for us as well, which
right.
does help.
And we talked about that, Paul. We talked about that before the game. I mean, you've had two players that have done all your scoring and pretty much all your rebounding for you. It's time for somebody else to step up, and guess what? We've had three other players step up other than Bren Woodruff and Paige Manchester in this game.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that kind of stood out to me in that half was I don't know if we had any transition points. I don't think we had any breakaway layups.
No, everything was a set.
And we scored 24 points out of, just bringing the ball up and knocking down shots, being more patient, which Coach Dental does talk about that a lot, is being more patient, working the ball inside, getting it out. Tonight we've been working it inside and getting a lot of points.
I would – honestly, looking up at the score, I can't believe that it's 24-12 right now in favor of the Knights. Look for Troy to come out strong here in the second half. Double team, triple team, Paige Manchester, and try to stop Bren Woodruff, and they might be able to crawl back into this one.
Yeah, I mean, that is the one thing that they're going to have to do is they have to stop Paige Manchester and force everybody else on the floor to beat us.
Yeah, and like I said, Paige Manchester, I believe, has 2 points going into the third period. Try to go at her a little bit. I know they're playing a zone, but you got to try to go after her a little bit, try to exploit her, try to get her to make a dumb foul or two, and try to get her off the floor for Troy.
And as far as the Lady Knights, so Sterling, she averages 11 points a game as well. And I think, what'd you say, she has 4, I believe?
Yeah, 4 points. She's the 7th leading scorer in the NTL, and she's held to 4 points in the first half. And that's with a zone.
Yeah, and that's a good job.
Yeah, there was no man-to-man that whole first half for Towanda.
Yeah, and we come out in the 1-3-1 here to start the second half. And
I'm up already.
Honey, you're up. Parks starts it on top with for the Lady Trojans all the way around to Matthews and then swings it.
I really like the way they move the ball. Very smart.
And that is number 5, Katie Lackey, and that ball rattles out.
Schoonover with the board.
Schoonover pulls it away, and Manchester brings it up. Fowler at the top in control, now to Schoonover. Bella Hurley looks down inside.
It's looking like a...
And I think we're in a zone here with the Lady Trojans as well. Little matchup.
Manchester with the rebound.
Manchester rebounds up.
Good take.
That's no good. Gets her own. Up again. And that one rolls out. No shooter's roll on that one. Trojans looking to run in transition. And that was shot by number 5. Katie Lackey rattles out. And it'll come the other way.
It's 5 rebounds for Paige Manchester. Good physical
Early
defense.
now guarded by
double
Parks.
dribble.
Ooh, that's tipped out of bounds, and that'll stay with the Lady Knights.
Honestly, Paul, I think the ref lost the whistle out of his mouth. I think he got ready to blow it, and he flew out of his mouth. So I'm pretty sure that's what happened down there because that was a double dribble.
And after that, it was a play on. It was too late to call it.
No, double team.
Manchester looked. Yeah,
it was a
nice
good drop
look.
back out of that double team.
Yeah, nice look. They just defended it a little bit better. Matthews far side wing. Fowler tightly guarding. Ball is dead now, and then they get the pass away. All the way around to Parks.
Troy looks a little out of sorts this possession.
Yeah, and Tawana's in a 2-3. Again, they change defenses almost every trip. So
it's Lackey,
with the first miss, gets her own rebound and then puts it up, and she is fouled. It looked like Hurley, but I'm not the best guesser here on this. And that is on Hurley. Her first
I believe.
foul. Her first, team first. First shot up, no good for Lackey.
Yeah, we got to make these free throws here.
Junior for the Lady Trojans. Nice student section making a lot of noise on this end, and that second shot is missed. Our officials tonight, Kevin, were Mr. Larry Otis, Mr. Tim May, and Mrs. Colleen Sullivan.
Good group.
Doing a nice job.
Good group.
Feeds down inside to Schoonover. Little jump hook off the mark.
Rebound Lackey.
Lackey brings it up court.
Nice move.
Yeah, Parks, that was a really nice little scoop there and didn't come up with it. And then we got a scrum, and that's going to be tied up, and that'll go over to the Lady Knights.
That's the second time Hurley's been on the floor tonight. Love to see it.
Definitely a different energy tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Big game. Big game.
So Sterling's going to play Manchester full
Full
court. Here.
court. Cross.
I think I would have just ran away and tossed it
Yeah,
over the top
I
on that one.
I agree there.
Driver right to the ball and turn and go.
Yep, agreed.
Because Paige is fast enough. She's going to get away in that one.
Travel
for sure.
Good call by Colleen Devine. Looks like her husband did the JV game. She gets the varsity game. What's
she
up
gets
with
the
that?
big dog. Well, she had to do that there last year. I think she had the state title game, and
Okay, awesome.
JB was sitting at home.
That's awesome. Love to see it. She's a good.
Well, JB might have been in the stands.
She's a good official. You know what? She doesn't take any crap from anybody.
No.
You know.
Air ball on that last one.
Yeah. Is it warm up here? Or is it just
It's
me?
really warm.
I mean, look over at Dean over here. Looks like he's sweating like a pig. I know, Dean. I know.
Manchester dribbles top of the key and then brings it back out on top.
Smart choice.
Yeah, we recruited Dean Johnson in here. He's our stat guy tonight.
Yep.
We've got our board running wirelessly. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and he's going to be our Dean's going to be our fill-in for anybody that ever misses a game. Dean's going to fill in. He's going to be the play-by-play guy whenever he's got to do it for Paul. You know, I'm not into that. I'm more of a stat guy than anything.
Woodruff is fouled on that last shot, and that is the second foul on Katie Lackey.
First up and good.
Foul shots are looking a little better tonight as well, Kevin.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think, it's a point of concern when we're shooting like 45% or something.
Yeah, I mean, two players on our team, I think they're shooting 45%.
I shouldn't say our team was shooting that much. It was just a couple shooters.
Troy's having a tough time with this zone we're playing.
That was Gloria Andrews, the sophomore, seeing her first action here tonight. Schoonover gets the rebound, and now we're looking to push, and we bring it back. First look at transition, I thought there, Kevin, and we've
I thought we were going to
run right back out.
Transition bucket, but
very good attack by Coach Gentile tonight, just being very patient.
Yeah,
no call on that one.
There's a foul there.
She's two-handing her too.
Yeah.
That's Alyssa Parks, and
good rebound,
Woodruff up and in. Lady Knights extend their lead to 16.
She's a stat. She's just a stat person. I mean, she just puts up stats. Take.
Parks, drives that one down the middle, and then that is on 13. Yeah, number 13, Rachel Kingsley with that bucket and the rebound to put it in. Manchester to Schoonover. The Trojans haven't let up at all, Kevin.
No.
Manchester down inside. That one's going to roll out.
Ooh, that's a foul.
That's definitely off Manchester going out of bounds.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if that can be. I mean, she makes it's tough to stop that play.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's got great position.
She's got an nice inside game. She plays a lot of post in her travel seasons, with Elmira.
That shot's there all the time right there for Katie Lackey.
Yeah, Lackey on that shot is up and good, and that cuts the lead to 12. And
that gives her 6 points and 5 rebounds on the night.
Coach Miller calls a full timeout here. So we're
try to regroup here and try to get back in the game. Kind kind of lost it there at the end of the first half. Towanda kind of broke away. I think we were up 10 or something at half, and
stretched it to 16, and then right back to 12 now. So.
Right. And really, if you're Troy, not to beat a dead horse, but you got to find a way to stop Paige Manchester. They're double teaming her.
And she's still getting the ball down inside, and
she shouldn't be able to score being double teamed or triple teamed. It just shouldn't happen. She should be able to find the open person, but she doesn't have to. She scores over it. So.
Well, it really tells you about her athleticism and her size, and
it's going to be tough to see her go this year. She's been fun to watch for the last 3 years or so.
Yep, absolutely. Well, let's see what Coach Miller dials up here for the Lady Trojans after that quick timeout and see if he's going to press or what I would assume he's going to do.
You'd think he'd have to press.
I'd just drive Manchester, drive her girl up, and then
she worked her screen rolled off of that and grabbed it.
Manchester in control at the top for the Lady Knights.
It's not there.
She is guarded by Sterling. And Fowler now is going to drive baseline jumper up, and that is off the mark, brought down by Lackey. Lackey now to push in transition. That pass is a little long, but it is saved. Woodruff comes up with that one. Manchester.
Watch that hand.
Drives into the center of the key and then pulls it back.
See her pull her hand back right there? She kind of went to check with her hand and brought it back. She's smart. She knows she has 2 fouls.
Yep.
Good hustle.
Yeah, number 5, Lackey there blocked Woodruff's shot.
Who's that a travel on, I wonder? Looks like they both had the ball at the same time. I don't know how that's travel.
I didn't see.
If anything, it's a jump. I guess it's a travel.
Manchester will bring it in for the Lady Knights. Hurley in the corner, 4-3 now up, and that's good. Bella Hurley, her second 3 of the night. Great to see.
Yeah, another thing we talked about, Paul.
Yep, stepping up tonight where she was needed.
The scorecard looks pretty balanced today for Towanda.
Yeah, that's great to see.
Yes. She's tough at Lackey.
Lackey, down inside and
gets her
own rebound, brings it around, and that is Parks driving to the basket, a little too strong, gets her own board, hits her own girl in the face with the ball.
Wow.
I didn't see who that foul was on.
I think she fouled her own teammate.
That's what it looked like. But they're going to call that one on Aziza Ismailova.
Who's this? This got to be Towanda. Is this Towanda with a timeout?
I'm guessing. Full timeout. I didn't see who called the timeout.
I think Coach Gentile did, but not positive.
Is that our timeout? Yeah.
Thanks, Dino.
Yeah, we've recruited Dino over here to do our stats.
And the best thing about Dean is he's a Phillies fan. He's a Phillies fan. He's just a guy that's a wealth of knowledge when it comes to statistics for baseball, football. Mainly because he's a fantasy guy. He likes to play for money. That's why he's so good at it. He's always on the computer. He's always studying it and stuff. I played in a fantasy team with him one time. Forget it. You got to be on your computer constantly in order to keep up with these guys because they're talking about guys I'd never even heard of before. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna start him tonight. Who is he? Little Bob Euchre.
Little Euchre. Andrews, the sophomore for the Lady Trojans, going to bring this ball in, and Lady Knights packed into that 2-3, and they got a nice little line set up top. And that ball is blocked.
Wow.
And by Manchester, and then Manchester is going to pull it away. 15-point lead, now closing in on 2 minutes to go here in the third.
Lackey's trying to put Troy on her back.
Yeah. Ismailova kicks it out to Manchester. Oh, she's going to hit this one.
Three. Yep.
A little long. Schoonover, nice rebound, up and good. Gracie Schoonover for the Towanda Lady Knights.
6 rebounds for Gracie.
33-16.
Wide open 3.
Lackey over to Parks for 3, and that ball is long. Rebounded by Kingsley. And that is a long shot by Andrews, and it's airballed. And Manchester walks it up.
Yeah, no hurry here for Towanda. Up 33-16.
You notice that point where you're like, we got the lead, so nothing silly.
Yeah, you're going to expect to see some subs come in here pretty soon, I think.
And I would say, Kevin,
That's deep.
yeah, 3-ball up. Woodruff tries to grab it, but Parks is the one that comes away with that one. She's looking to go coast to coast. Hurley trying to draw the charge, nothing. Sterling kicks it out to number 5, Lackey. No good. Lackey gets her own rebound. And that ball's tipped away, and Woodruff comes away with it.
Ooh, that's tough to statistically trying to figure that one out.
Yeah. So it looks like we're going to try to settle in for the last shot here. A little four-corner action.
Why not?
A little Carolina.
Spread. Of course, you got to come to the ball.
Manchester kicks it down the corner.
I'd just take it out the top of the key and make them guard me. If I don't guard me, let the clock run out a little bit. Right there. Yeah,
Right.
there you go.
Well,
You
they
get the
will.
count now.
They will keep coming to Manchester. That's for sure. Right back to her.
Yeah. Too soon. Pull it out again.
Yep. 8 seconds
Now
left.
you go. Now you go. Now you go.
Manchester leans into it.
Oh.
Up. Schoonover with the rebound.
another
2
two.
rebounds up. And that time she doesn't get a shot off.
Well, she's got 8 rebounds. A couple right there in the last 2 seconds of the third period. So
yeah, the Lady Knights now with a 17-point lead. That's a big period for us. It was
I
20.
I didn't expect this, Paul. I really didn't.
No, I mean, it's still an exciting game. We've just kind of pulled away score-wise a little bit. So 3 quarters in the books, 17-point lead. We're going to take a quick break there on the Flint Energy live stream.
Welcome back. Towanda up 33-16, start of the fourth period, Paul. Tawanda's got all their starters out there except for, they got 2 new.
Chacona.
You got Chacona and Ismailova in to start out for Gracie Schoonover and Bella Hurley.
Yep, Towanda back in that 2-3 zone.
I'll tell you what, they play a good zone.
Yeah, Benoit now thinks of a 3, nothing,
and that's what's going to have to happen. They're going to start taking them threes.
Benoit with the rebound, and that's taken away by Manchester.
I mean, we're daring them to shoot the three-pointer, and
Coach Gentile's really dialed up the recipe for success tonight.
Ooh, that's a moving screen.
Yeah,
Athena Chacona.
He's really. It's a different team tonight, Kevin. We're more patient. We've really, and obviously we've shot better. We've really balanced the floor. And maybe that's part of what we needed.
Right, and we've really played really good defense.
We have played
you
really
got some
nice
tough.
defense.
You got some tough girls underneath the basket down there for Troy Trojans, and there's not much there for them.
Yeah,
and I think that's what they tried to exploit the first period and realized they just can't do it.
Parks Benoit over to Andrews, and then Parks is going to drive, and she's going to be fouled by
Tina Chacona again.
And she's pleading her case there, but she turned her shoulders.
She turned. If she would have just stood there, it wouldn't. I mean, you can't turn. You just stand there and take it.
Yeah, run right into you, and you got it.
I mean that. And Gentile's had a few things to say about that, but that was the right call, I believe.
Yeah, I agree. Number 22, Alyssa Parks, the sophomore for the Lady Trojan. First shot up and good. 16-point lead now. Parks trying to make it 15. And that is no good. Rebounded by Manchester. Manchester to bring it up for the Lady Knights.
I got to make more room for her columns for scoring and rebounds. Just every game.
Ismailova to Fowler. Fowler looks to kick to Manchester and does.
Good screen.
Down inside. Manchester up and good right over the top of Rachel Kingsley.
That was a good screen by Chacona there to open that up.
It was. Fowler tips it away but does not come up with a steal. Vanoy kind of resets things. And right back around to Parks. Matthews thinks about the three.
There it is.
Vanoy for three, up, and that is good. And that is Ella Vanoy. Is that her first points of the night?
3 points of the game, yep.
First points of the night for the Lady Trojans. 15-point lead.
She's got 3 rebounds as well to go with it off the bench. And that's a pretty common Troy name, the Van Noy name.
Yeah, comes from good stock.
Yeah,
there.
absolutely.
Good line of basketball.
Yep.
Down in there giving the knee to Woodruff a little bit.
Yeah. She's tough to guard. I mean, what? She's probably, 6 foot, 6'1"?
Yeah, I mean, Woodruff, she's pushing 6 foot.
Yeah, gotta be 6 foot, I think.
Manchester weaving her way through, and she is going to be fouled.
You know, and right there is a quadruple team.
Yeah, there were 4
I mean?
people.
There's
she
4
still
people
got the
there,
shot
and
off.
she still got the shot off and got the foul. What more can you do?
Right.
Two shots for
2 shots for
Manchester.
Paige, yep.
5:43 to go in the fourth period.
And that was Rachel Kingsley's second foul, team's second foul here in the second half. Overall, I mean, been aggressive game, but really pretty clean, Kevin.
Yeah,
It's,
a real well called game too for the refs.
Very good.
You know, refs don't get enough credit. Maybe I'm saying that because I plan on being a referee someday. But
You want people to be nice
yeah,
to you.
be
now,
nice to
so-
me. I can be mean to them, but you know, they gotta be nice to me.
Second shot from Manchester did rattle out.
Oh, good defense. Good defense.
Manchester's really stepped up her game here.
Yeah, just swarming. I mean, it's tough to do anything with the ball when you got somebody in your face all the time. You know, like a gnat.
Parks at the top for the Lady Knights. Vanoy going to fire up another three,
It's
and
good
that one rolls out.
Good looking shot.
That was a
I'll
good
tell
looking
ya.
shot.
So Manchester with another rebound gives her 8 on the night.
Manchester walks it up.
Yeah, we
center
should
court.
slow it down here. Maybe
Yeah.
get a few subs in, up 16 points.
She's going to look to drive. Nope. Thought better of it.
She got Paige Manchester 2 under her average at 15 points right now. You see her get another bucket or 2.
And feeds that. Ah, nice
Good
hustle
defense.
there by Woodruff,
Good
or
hustle.
not Woodruff, Fowler,
Yeah.
trying to get it to Woodruff.
Good hands by Lackey. Yeah, here comes a couple subs. Here comes a couple of your starters back in.
Yeah, going to come in and get put a little more time in. I mean, it's not out of reach.
No,
so-
not yet. I mean, look around the 3 minute, 2 minute timeline here. Ooh, there's a foul, 22.
Yeah, that is going to be Parks. Foul.
You know, she plays hard. She's a hard player. Not having the world's best game. She's got 3 points and 4 rebounds, but she's definitely showing a lot of heart out there.
Her first foul, team third. Woodruff going to take the ball for the Lady
I
Knights.
just hold her right there until they come out and guard her. Hold it.
Manchester comes out and takes control. Resets for the Lady Knights. Ismailova now down into Woodruff. Woodruff, little right hand
there.
jumper.
It's not
No
there.
good. Rebound by Lackey. And that is Parks there on that shot, and that is rebounded by Manchester. 16-point lead for the Lady Knights. We got 4.5 to go here in the ball game.
Yeah, Paige Manchester
take a-
needs 1 rebound for another double-double, Paul. There's 6
How many she
double-double.
has on the year, Kevin? I saw that today.
She has 5 double-doubles on the year. That'll give her 6 double-double. And pretty sure she's going to get it. You know, as long as she stays in the game for a couple of minutes.
Yeah,
You know.
and that's more than half of the games that she's had a double-double
Yep.
in. So,
Yep. Pretty impressive.
yep.
Ooh, nice take.
Now up.
Got
She's
fouled.
going to be fouled on that one.
And
A little look shared there each way
Yeah,
between
I mean-
Parks and
yep.
Manchester. Don't think she liked the way that she was fouled on that one.
No, you know what, though? It's a good foul. You know, make sure she doesn't make the basket.
Yeah, I agree with him. First one up and good. Stretching that lead to 17 now.
Makes this free throw here. She's going to be on her average for the year, Paul. Against, you know,
It's
one of the best opponents they played.
Yeah. Second shot. That stroke looked nice. She stroking the ball very nice tonight.
Yep. 17 points.
Good looking shot.
9 rebounds. It's a pretty good game, I'd say.
Yeah. And looks like Coach Gentile is going to take a full timeout here.
Not really sure why, but maybe he's going to put new players
just
in. Or
regrouping and make sure that they understand what we're in here for the last few minutes of this game. And
maybe just because he had them.
You know, always a teachable moment, too, yeah.
You got timeouts, you might as well use them, I guess, you know. And I'm always the first guy to say, why do you take that timeout? But you know what? They give them to you for a reason. Why wouldn't you just take them? You know?
Well, it's, you know, we're working on things. We're still trying to get better. We're not even halfway through our season yet.
Yeah.
So.
And, you know, we've had 2 tough losses, one to Loyal Sock and one to Waverly in the Christmas tournament.
Yep. So, it's just a coachable moment. Work on something.
Yep.
We're in a 1-2-2 here now, which I love.
Yep.
That 1-2-2 matchup. Yep. Again, and that may be why he called that one.
Yeah.
So called it to
Sterling with the bucket.
Work on something different. 16-point lead now for the Lady Knights.
Gonna work the ball underneath here to Woodruff, I think. Yeah. Woodruff had good position there on number 3, Ella Van Noy, which is kind of a mismatch if you ask me.
That is McKenna Matthews, her first foul of the night.
So look at the difference in heights between Van Noy and Woodruff down there.
Yeah.
4 or 5 inches.
And you got Manchester inside on Sterling, and there's
quite a bit there,
half
too.
a head or more on that, plus Paige's length in her arms.
Yep.
Oh, Gracie was right there, open. Just didn't see her.
Yep, kick it out. Good idea.
Feed
Gracie's
right
open again. Give it to her there. There.
Oh, you got a bounce pass.
Oh, that was there.
You could see it. Like, as soon as she made that go, that'll definitely go
that's a
our way.
charge. He called that a foul. Oh, my goodness. He called that a foul. That's a charge, Paul. I'm sorry. That is 100% a charge.
I got to agree with you 100% on that.
Yeah,
that's
and Coach Gentile's not happy. That's you know, he's got a freshman out there who's hurt on a play that was she tried to take the charge. She did take the charge.
Yeah.
But they did not call it a charge, and I'm telling you, she wasn't moving at all.
No,
and I think she's hurt. Her hip is,
right in the stomach area,
or something. And that you really hate to see that because Bryn Woodruff on the night with 8 points and 6 rebounds on the night, and she's one of your better players on the team.
Yeah,
you know, it's her and Paige, and we talk about her and Paige, her and Paige, her and Paige. And you hate to see that with 3 minutes and 8 seconds to go in the fourth period, up 38-22.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, even if it's a charge, she's still hurt a little bit. So,
and nothing on the person that was taking it to the basket. I don't know who took it to the basket.
They
took it to the basket nice and strong,
and
just happened to be that she's hurt.
I think it knocked the wind out of her.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. Okay, I thought it was a hip at first, but she's getting off pretty good.
Kind of,
you know. And Paul, this is what I was trying to get at earlier. You know, and you like to keep your starters in a little while, but up 38-22, let's get our subs in. You know what I mean? Let's not get anybody hurt. You know, it's the game's in hand at this point. Let's get them in there and let's look forward to the next game at this point.
I think the crowd is a little upset with that call as well. But so Lackey was the one that was taking the ball to the hoop, and her first shot is up no good.
And I'll tell you, Lackey's played a pretty good game. 6 points and 9 rebounds.
Second shot up no good. Schoonover tips that one, and Manchester comes up with that board.
Well, there you go, Paul. Another double-double
for
Paige Manchester. 6 on the year.
Getting a little warm the bus up chant from the crowd. Nice game here by the Lady Knights all the way around, Kevin. I think
I'm happy with what I've seen today, Paul.
Definitely the best game I've seen them play this year.
Absolutely. And you know, and it comes with you're playing a really good team, you know, and it's not like you're beating them pretty good.
Yeah.
And they're a darn good team. And see Coach over there for Troy is going to bring in his subs now, which is a smart idea, and I hope Coach Gentile will follow suit.
Hurley down to this Malova in the corner. I thought she might pull the trigger on that one, but I think they're just kind of eating the clock up.
At this point, the next stop, the clock, I think we need to get our subs into, Paul.
He may take it down so far and call a timeout.
You just don't want to see anybody get hurt. Not when the game's in hand. We've already seen it. Woodruff's a tough girl, though. She'll be back.
Yeah, I think it knocked at the window.
Yeah,
just
you're right.
just by looking at her, it just looked like it knocked the window out of her.
She's trying to gain her breath over there. Just slow it down.
Just got her in the soft spot,
Yep.
right in the belly.
I'm just going to slow her down.
Yeah, down to 144. We've run over a minute off the clock so far.
We could probably run the clock out the rest of this game here since Troy's not really putting any pressure on us.
Izmailova thinks about the long one and pulls up with the mid-range jumper.
It's
and we're going to call a timeout by Coach Miller.
So
Lackey, 30.
Lackey picked up her 10th rebound on the night, got to go along with 6 points, and she for Troy has pretty much been the story along with Rachel Kingsley. Off the bench, Ella Van Noy with the big 3 and 3 or 4 rebounds. Overall, what do you think, Paul?
I mean, I'm impressed just overall with the way the Lady Knights have played. I think just there's so much more balance tonight. I love the game strategy by Coach Gentile as well. I think, just being much more patient tonight. Obviously, you always want to score in transition if you can.
But
his
we really
plan
haven't
was,
had to this game.
Yeah,
I guess.
we've scored 38 points still. So it's
and not one of them in transition, I don't think. So
I think it was better. We were able to slow Troy's transition down. Which definitely is their big part of the game and getting the ball inside.
Steal by
Melody Hakes, her first action of the night, and her layup going coast to coast is up and good.
I don't even know if I even have her on here. Oh, there it is.
Her first points of the night.
I like to see that out of a JV player. Nice pass.
I may not have all the girls from the JVs here.
Yeah, I don't
team.
think we have them, but they're getting a lot of rebounds.
Yeah,
down
most
there.
of them, I think. Number 33 there, Josie Carrick,
slow it
the
down.
sophomore.
Slow it down. Pull it out, Fowler. There you go. Smart senior. Smart.
Move around to
Who's that?
Taylin Brabant with the ball for the Lady Knights.
Oh, okay. We got them all in there now, don't we?
Yeah,
okay,
we got everybody that can be in the game, and they left Fowler in
to do that, so that's good.
And to help things.
Take that through.
Brabant to Ayers over the far side. Thought she might pop a shot. I like seeing the girls shoot when they get in this
why
point
not?
of the game. I mean, the game's in hand, so
that's gonna
like to see. Just like to see them pop some shots.
I don't really know about that call. They called that on number 34 for Troy.
Madeline Seeley,
another
Troy name.
I mean, it looks like she got all ball to me, but hey, I'm not down there. I can't hear from there. Can't hear anyway, so.
Fowler first one up, no good for the Lady Knights.
She looks a little gassed.
Yeah, she looked like she got kind of roughed up there on the one play here about a minute ago, and kind of seen her kind of give a heavy breather, heavy sigh, and
box by Amber White.
Shot there by number 12, Amber White, the freshman for the Lady Trojans. And Kevin, you asked me what I thought too. Like, and I am impressed with Troy.
Yeah.
They've got they're doing a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, they got a
lot of young players.
They only have two starting seniors with Matthews and Rachel Kingsley. So things are looking up for Troy Lady basketball.
Yeah, and that's good to see. It is good to see some change at the top. Obviously, I like to keep us there. So
yeah.
But new challengers is always a good thing.
Yeah. I always used to say to my kids, when you play a better team or you play better talent, it brings out the best in you. You know what I mean? So you always want to play a better. You don't want to go in there and play some soft team. You want to play a team that's going to give you some competition.
Yep. And I believe that was Fowler that shot the front end of the 1-and-1 and a miss. But that will do it. So 2 bags of popcorn, Kevin, for me tonight.
I'm going to have to catch up with you tomorrow.
In this 18-point lead for a win for the Lady Knights.
I'd like to let you guys know we'll be back again tomorrow.
With the boys game.
Troy boys game.
Yep.
I don't know what Dino's doing.
Dino's coming.
Dino's coming?
Dino's on board
tomorrow.
Tomorrow night.
Dino's coming?
He's here.
Dino's here. Okay, we'll buy him a bag of popcorn and Pepsi. We'll get Dino a bag of popcorn and Pepsi. We'll get him here to do our stats for us. Even though I got all the stats right here, Dean, but you can put them on the scoreboard. But I got them here in front of me.
A Pepsi and a hot dog.
Pepsi and a hot dog. We thank you, Dean. We thank Flynn Energy and Flynn Propane for allowing us to do this each and every home game, girls and boys. Without EJ Flynn and Flynn Propane, we wouldn't be able to do this. So thank you very much, EJ and Flynn Propane.
Yes. You want to hit the stats super quick?
Yeah, we'll go through the stats real quick. For Tawanda, Paige Manchester ended up with 17 points and 10 rebounds. As I said, that gives her six double-doubles on the year, which is pretty impressive. The next closest is 3, I believe. So congratulations to Paige. Eliza Fowler had 3 points. Melody Hicks came in and had 2 at the end there. Bryn Woodruff with 8 points and 6 rebounds, and we hope she's all right.
Yeah.
Bella Hurley ended up with 6 points and 2 rebounds. Gracie Schoonover ended up with 4 points and 8 rebounds. And there's what we're talking about right there, Paul. That's what we've been trying to tell you guys at home, is that we have to have a more balanced scoring attack. And today we did have a balanced scoring attack. It wasn't just 2 players that scored. There was 6, 7 players that scored and rebounded. And Gracie Schoonover had 8 rebounds. He said Paige Manchester's averaging 10 rebounds a game, had 10. So that'll wrap up the Knights. Katie Lackey for Troy ended up with 6 points and 10 rebounds. Ella Van Noy with 3 points and 3 rebounds. Kaylin Sterling with 4 points and 3 rebounds. Rachel Kingsley had 6 points and 2 rebounds. Kendall Allen had 2 rebounds. And Alyssa Parks had 3 points and 4 rebounds for your Lady Trojans.
Yeah, so tomorrow night's theme for our students is America Night, so they're dressing in their best red, white, and blue. Tonight was formal night. Maybe that was the Knights game. It was formal. It was a little business trip.
I work here, Paul, and I didn't know it was formal night, and my kid walks in with a suit and tie on, and I saw him, and I'm saying, Owen, what are you doing? I said, why are you all dressed up? There's no prom or anything tonight. And apparently it was suit night. Paul, if I would have known that, we could have gotten dressed up for this event.
We could have dressed up big. We'll do it another night.
We'll have to dress up in red, white, and blue or whatever it is.
We'll have to do America Night tomorrow night.
America Night tomorrow night. And I'll tell you, looking ahead to tomorrow night, Troy Trojans has one of the top scorers in the NTL and Woodward boy. Looking ahead. Looks like
I think that's going to be a good matchup as well.
It is because Tawanda's starting to turn it on a little bit.
Yeah,
so
the Black Knights are, they're kind of turned on. They're playing well. They gave Athens a good run last night. I think Coach Henry has them playing well, and I think
Tawanda was in that game, and we didn't really talk about this. I was at the game, and Tawanda was in that game until the third period.
Yeah,
and that's when things kind of got out of hand. And I noticed that. Teagan Irish was playing defense on Mason Lister in the first half, and Lister didn't have much going on in the first half. And don't know if we went to a zone or what happened, but I noticed that Teagan wasn't guarding Lister anymore, and he just blew up. You know, and that's kind of where it went. If we would have stayed with that, maybe it would have made a difference. I don't know. You can't second guess what coaches do or what they decide, but it just seems like that it would have been a little bit better game if we would have left him on Lister.
Yeah. So, we had a great crowd here tonight. We definitely had over 500 in here.
Oh, yeah, for
maybe
sure.
Closer to 6. It was a pretty
sweaty
packed house.
It's definitely sweaty in here, and it's good to see, Paul, because we haven't seen that this year at all. The Christmas tournament, we had it a little bit packed, but we haven't seen it like it was today, and it's good to see.
Especially girls' games.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Love
it's good
seeing
to
the girls get the good crowds.
Absolutely.
So.
And hopefully tomorrow the boys will get the same type of crowd, and maybe Tawanda can push through and find its way to a win against Troy. I know it's going to be a tough run for them. Coached well by Bobby Woodward, who I played against. Whether or not he remembers it or not, I don't know. Who cares, I guess. But so I'll leave it off to you, Paul.
Yeah. So another nice win by the Lady Knights, improving their NTL record to 7-0. Or 8-0, I'm sorry. The Troy Lady Trojans will drop to 6-1. 8-3 overall. The Lady Knights will be 8-2 overall. So again, thank you to the Flynn Energy live stream here tonight. Much appreciated, EJ and company. And again, congratulations, Lady Knights. Moving on, and we will see you tomorrow night.